Welcome to Africulture, hosted by yours truly, Makafui Larba, also known as Nicole, where we dive into the amazing traditions and vibrant and rich cultures of Africa. Let's celebrate the beauty of our heritage together. This is Africulture. Let's get it started.
You are welcome to Sienna 2025. Come and have a unique experience in Dallas, Texas.
Ago na miapete milemiakpe bemiva 32nd annual Sienna Convention le Dallas Fort Worth. Dallas. Big D. Miva yava tepe. Aha. Sienna 2025. Mano bobo edolo. Miva midwaza. We want me at the Cornwall Friday evening. Sunday me our picnic. Me our church service. And all les zanzazata miniva.
Tata nyo prevo fonyo mi do bonso anami lo. Mi do bonso anami apata mi de kukuna mi be mi pro mi ape famille o valo. Mi pro mi ape famille o mi afa po Dallas da. Mi ado azan. Azalo.
Azase.
Azale kongbe.
Azale.
As-tu entendu parler de Sienna 2025 à Dallas? Ce sera le plus grand événement de l'année.
J'en ai entendu parler, mais dis-moi davantage, Richard. Qu'est-ce qui le rend si extraordinaire?
Oh, par où commencer? C'est une célébration de 4 jours remplis de culture, de réseautage et d'expériences inoubliables. Et en plus, ils ont rendu l'inscription super facile.
Vraiment? Comment puis-je m'inscrire?
C'est simple. Il suffit d'aller sur www.dallasairways.org et de choisir ton forfait. Tu peux même ajouter une excursion à $60 pour explorer la belle ville de Dallas en style.
Ça a l'air génial. Mais qu'en est-il de l'hébergement à l'hôtel?
Pas de souci. L'inscription à la convention est liée à la réservation d'hôtel. Lorsque tu t'inscris, il te suffit de sélectionner si tu as besoin d'un hôtel et les dates de ton séjour.
Oh, très intéressant. Et je n'ai même pas besoin de devis.
Pas du tout. Tu recevras un email du Sheraton DFW avec les détails de ta réservation et un formulaire d'autorisation de ta carte de crédit pour la finaliser. Et le meilleur, tu ne seras facturé pour ta chambre qu'au moment de ton départ.
C'est vraiment pratique. Y a-t-il autre chose que je devrais savoir?
Eh oui, comme si le forfait n'était pas déjà incroyable, ils viennent d'annoncer que tous ceux qui s'inscrivent maintenant bénéficieront d'un petit déjeuner américain, buffet et gratuit à l'hôtel.
Je n'en crois pas mes oreilles. C'est vraiment une offre spéciale. Je serai de la partie et je m'inscris.
Voilà, réservons-nous maintenant, réservons nos places tout de suite et rendez-vous à Sienna 2025. Ce sera inoubliable.
Welcome everybody to Africulture, right here on Sienna TV and chatting with Nicole at the same time. Guys, I thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining me. We get another chance of life. We are breathing today. We are in the life of the living. So I am just so super excited today. I am so grateful and excited today because I have a full Steve with me. I have Mrs. Melba with me. We are having a blast today, right? So we are going to have an amazing time, and I want to thank you guys for joining joining me today, joining us today. I thank you for being here, and I want to just submit everything in God's hand right now to take complete control. And I want to go back and say, va Afrique too, egbe dimanche, ma obaso, inkeke ya na mi egbe adonka eji emi apejinye. I'm just a ejile jombe na mi lagbe. Mim lagbe o mi lagbe pato mi le muaji kudo mi egbe. E fostive le fie kudo megbe. Et puis après sister Melba le java le kame a kame ku megbe. Donc mle vraiment yemnyal kem jak blan revoir. Mle ejile jombe yemnyal ko glorero neke ba glorero gegbe mo voir. I'm joyful right now. I am so super grateful today to be able to do this. And again, apologize my voice. I'm still fighting whatever is, holding my voice, but I'm still here. So I thank God for bringing us again. And I just want to remind everybody, as you know, we have been interviewing the Siana candidates, because it's election time. It is election, Siana election this year, 2025. And we have been showcasing them on, Siana Central with Efo Steve. I've been blessed to join Efo Steve while we have been doing this. And yesterday specifically, we interviewed Efo David, right? We interview him. He's one of the candidates for DOA. And then today on my show, we are going to interview Sister Melba, my own sister Melba, for the same position. And obviously, it's only right that when I'm joining Efo TV, Steve, and helping him on that side, it's only right for him to come here and do the same. So Efo Steve get to do this for the first time, right? So I'm very, very just grateful for him to do that. Even though he's tired, even though he's been traveling, he only got home 30 minutes ago. He still made it here. So I am grateful for his sacrifice. So miato dakbena mi be mi le muaji Efo Steve le java kudo megbe ele Georgina bena première fois ya Efo Steve le ja joindre Africulture et le Georgina bena le ja ten wana mi e bova e travel e wedding e travel e de ko be bo 30 minutes pe ko be bova home voir e le muaji kudo mi e download maybe 20 minutes 30 minutes voir e fon be va muaji kudo mi. So I'm just so grateful. So with that being said, we have a lot to do, we have a lot to say, we have a lot of fun to have. So I'm gonna bring Efo Steve first. And Efo Steve is going to introduce himself. So those of you, in case you don't know him, and then we're going to bring my sister Melba, so that, we can get the show, the party started. So Efo Steve.
That Nicole.
Where's
My
this is the Africulture you since the beginning. So you made this, and you made this work, and then you invited me. You had trust in me, and you invited me, and I came and put this Africulture, and your first time joining me. So I'm just excited, right? So I want people to know that Efo Steve will reach out to me to come and do my thing. So I thank you for Steve for doing that, and I'm so grateful that you get to join me today. So this is Africulture for Steve. So introduce yourself, people who don't know you. Okay,
You're Akwe than Nicole. Yeah, well, we can go on and on and on as to how we all got here. Gake, you are born ready. You and I met many years ago at it was one of the CNNs that you walked up to me and said, "Hey, I see you have a show in Chicago. I also do this show. Let's collaborate." So we've been talking, ever since. It was only proper by Siana Media. Even before me, I just Siana Media, I had invited you. But we were getting ready to host the Atlanta convention. Come and join us. Form a committee we can advertise Siana the best way we can. So you are born ready. It's a blessing, but you continue to volunteer yourself in any way you can. And look, we were out there through the beginning, and we helped to get this show going. And it is only proper, but you have been volunteering on Siana Central for many weeks now, and I think it's a little over a month and a half now that you stepped up to do the Siana Central with me. just based on the circumstances with my boss,
Right.
Empress Mama Seduji. And it is only proper that I reciprocate, right?
Right.
So Nyankwanya for Steve, like Nicole said, Nyankwanya for Steve. I am the PRO for Sienna and also the chairman for the Sienna Star Fund, which is the fundraising wing of Sienna. And I'm just a community guy, and also we host Empress Maushi, Mama Sadiji, and I. We've been hosting Sienna Centra from the very beginning, and we are some of the folks behind Sienna Media. So I'm just your community guy. So, I'm glad to be here, Danica.
I'm glad to have you. So thank you for Steve again. So thank you for joining us. So as we've been doing on Sienna Central, like I said, I'm excited to bring my sister on. And as we have been doing on Sienna Central, we are going to do it today. So today we get a chance to bring my sister Melba, and I'm gonna bring her in because she's in a green room, ready to get it on. So to get the party started. So for Steve, I'm gonna bring her on so that we can have the conversation. Those of you who do not know, well, before I bring Mrs. Melba here, I want you guys to please, if you're watching us, we want to know where you're joining from. We want to know who you are. We want to know your comment, your questions. Stay interactive. Make this fun, right? We need you to make this fun. So don't forget to do that. But I'm going to bring my sister on and so that she can introduce herself. My sister Melba, welcome.
Hello. How is everybody?
Oh, we are good, and we are so blessed to have you. I'm so grateful that you are here. I thank you very much for joining me. We're going to speak a little bit of a way today because, again, it's Africulture. And plus, because you understand my way, very, very well. So we're going to speak a little bit of more than normal away today.
Okay.
So, Wezon, Gadanye, Wezon, Kaka. Wezon. Donc, maintenant, on est à des confiants avec comme Jessie Owa. Otendo, anglais, otendo, kegbe, otem mix chafa. Voilà, introduce yourself. Des confiants avec comme Jessie Owa, the name ya yeji.
Yo, si ça n'est qu'à akpe kaka, wele wodo. On est donc so, wele wodo, ton. Et Georgina bere egbe ambe ma dole mi aji. Ye to angoto manya voire sonya Togo beso. Bese na msevere, tama do ekemse ya. Tanyo. Tontonyo. Maman yo, fofonyo, leke mi fona bro, bonsoir amilo, bonsoir. Yo, ma changer vire ko anglais. Okay. Melba Folly-Dogbey-Candidate. And Tegbi Volta region.
Tegbi, okay.
Yeah, but I am very honored to be part of Sienna community. Sienna community almost maybe 12 years ago. Joined Sienna, and I have loved every minute of working with Sienna.
Amen.
I have contributed in various different initiatives. It started with me on the secretariat with Alpha William Ajimahe, and I was the assistant secretary back then. And then the transition happened where everything became from executive director to president. And then all the other different positions were under that. So we were part of that transition. And my passion for Sienna never went away. The minute the transition happened, I just rolled right into the Sienna Star Fund because I believed in what we were doing and what we're still doing. I truly believe it. Just being part of Sienna, being driven, the support, the projects, the different initiative that we do. I mean, look at the Agodwe Bridge. We all saw that video. The kids were walking in the water. That just broke my heart. And to come to Sienna and know that my money and the contributions of other good people was going to build a bridge, that was very special to me. And that's what Sienna does. And I'm very proud to be part of it. I really am. And I look forward to be part of it even more.
Yeah,
have a better future for the generation.
Yeah.
View right?
Yeah, and you me say me le java glon ape enu awa voa obe oglonfiko soa oglonfiko soa et puis oglobena. So you personally, I did oko fiomi mnyabo de togo to donc you are my sister-in-law. Okay, so you are my sister-in-law from my brother, from another mother, another father. So you are my sister-in-law. So obe de togo to vi fe son wa fike to benyo fike to be togo be fike to benyo.
Sonia, aneho beso, aneho to milahwe mea.
Oh, nyem nyane hoto. Wa ne hoto mi la hwe me ami e ane hoto. Okay, donc so ane hoto. Okay, mi dak be fikolo association kemolo. Association ke fikolo ape state Africa.
Oh, nyamle
Virginia, okay.
Association ya enye ewe Association of Washington DC.
Washington DC, yeah.
Me Donagula, Maryland.
Maryland,
association a formed from 3 states.
Mm-hmm.
Nyami, Washington yana mi do ya fishi afimi kwa amonyami.
Ammonia na be mi
le ye amonyami. Onyami to.
Those of you who watch the show on Sienna Central with the first Steve was Sister Akpene. So Sister Akpene, that's the same association, and we talked about how they always they have to win, right? So they always have to do it big, and then they are going to host Sienna in 2026. So
that's right.
They are ready. So I wanted to make sure that people know Amoanya Fike Association Kemolea puis Eta Kemolea. Parce que you are ready to just jump into business. So we wanted to know so for Steven, for Steven. So minya nous vide son tio Fifi. Et puis déjà minya Fike obena on a mis 12 ans. 12 ans les Haitiana mais your contribution and from as secretary to assistant secretary all of this. So you are so just every time me bridge one benya on anu and parce que for bridge one les des violets all the pussies all the school là donc ben am so photo a vidéo à ça parce que mi que leur fundraising so vidéo à les fiamo ne wa mo akura menti I mean ni anti cover bridge one it's amazing so and unyore beni so mi apply for Steve we will start a business we start this party without for Steve so what do you have for Sister Melba? You are actually with her. I know you met her this weekend already because you are there. But for Steve, Sister Melba just gave us just an introduction. So I want you to start the first question. What you have for Sister Melba for us to start? What is your question? What question you want to start with her with right now?
Okay, I thought I'm just supposed to sit back here and look.
No, just you're not looking pretty.
Yeah, Melba America ways on sure Abaleka at Blina me what though just for the sake of disclosure, self-disclosure, and me what though for a long time on the staff and committee. You have been one of the backbones behind administratively with the staff committee, and you always come through with great ideas about how we can innovate to get us where you are. So the staff and success to data can't be credited to you in many measures. I just want self-disclosure. Yo, ka I judge nam ba elafia egbabe akonunami about your desire to continue to volunteer. Ejiba meshama na nya ba edoya ka ejimbe ya wo fifia manya doike mewopo except for the title a warm all the time. Yeah, it is completely strictly voluntary job. America mafena faraka na America. Eta mabiano what you did with Ajmahe and personally the Makaye enye. Can you tell us about yourself personally the Makaye enye doke wana play etomo manyaba nami nyaba yede follow cho Nya togoto minya basroto nya kake atwa apunu na amekome jeshiwa no anya as a person.
Sure. Akba no question. Nyanya, I'm more Jeshim. The best way that I always reference for people to kind of picture who I am is a staff at table at all Siena conventions. That's what I always tell people. But you know, I'm a therapist. I'm also a CEO. I own my own business. I teach CPR. I have 2 wonderful children, college children. Everybody knows if you have college children, it's a very interesting place to be, right? But I'm also a case manager. I work with community. You know, that just tells you a lot about the type of work that I do. I have been an advocate for widows, and that's my NGO. It's called Be Care Missions International. My husband and I formed it maybe about 10 years ago, and you know, it was an opportunity for us to help the widows. My mother is a widow, and you know, just like we all know, grieving lasts for a time, but you know, once everybody's gone, you're left to feel that empty void. You know, this is the therapist in me coming out. And you know, I always wanted to be an advocate for people to find solace, you know, in a community, you know, bring them together. We provide resources for them. We provide scholarship for their young children to be able to help them. We provide women that are interested in entrepreneurship. You know, we give them finance, we give them the money to be able to start a business. And this is something that my sisters back home in Ghana are so very heavily involved. Every year, once a year, December, Christmas, we do what we call a celebration. You know, widows come together, they eat, they dance, and you know, we give them something to take home for the holidays to help with their families. And that's something that I look forward to doing every year in December. And, you know, and I will continue to do that. And in addition to that, I make it a point to support Siena as well. People think that, you know, we leave conventions and that's the end of it. You know, unfortunately, as a Siena Staff Fund member, that's just the beginning for us, right? It's a beginning for us. So it's just my understanding of doing something in life, which is what we call a gift that God has given me, is to be able to support others. And I am so grateful to God that I am married to a husband that believes in that vision as well. And, you know, and I just look forward to doing what I do, like you say, voluntarily, because reward does not come from human, right? We do what we do because God has given us a gift for us to use. So my reward is from God. And I don't expect any applause from any human being, because my applause comes from God. And that's what I do, even in my work. You know, people I work with always say, wow, you do all this in the community and you still come to work 9 to 5. And after that, I come home and I do therapy because people need help. And whatever I can do to help and support, that's what I do. So that's me. Always giving.
I have a lot of follow-up questions, Kaka. Agba, I'm just you know, co-hosting, so let me consider.
Don't hold back, Mr. Steve. Don't hold back.
No.
Let me consider.
You know, FOC. When I go to FOC, at one point we're gonna have a message. Nicole, we need to wrap it up. So I don't hold back, and I try to be like,
hold back.
I have to remember I'm a guest. I'm telling you, this is your home, so don't hold anything back.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So okay. So since I've been given the floor to do a follow-up, okay, you have been part of the Siena, you know, fraternity for a while. Siena since Mr. Jima had time. The secretariat was was stationed in one state, and now you were part of it because we went into an electoral, you know, an election of the executives, Yeah, from there you went into the staff, and Afmaya, you have been doing what you love to do all these years.
Mhm.
But by then, I may have the office of the director of administration. I don't recall now, but the deputy director of the deputy executive director may have played that role to some extent. Yetade, have you had the chance to take a look at the constitution again of late? Yeah, as a director of admin, they like a segomodoi. But what is required of you, Alo? What does the office entail that you are seeking to be elected for?
Oh, okay. Um, well, I did take a look at the Constitution, believe it or not. And I looked at the director of admin position, and it entails a lot. I was not aware, I guess, since the switch from the electoral position to be presidents and then the position of DOA was established. It's very interesting to see the different structure of the director of admin, which is, maybe not similar to the other positions, but it does give that person the overall envision to be able to better support those areas, right? Like financial management, in terms of supporting the financial controller, collaborating with the financial controller to prepare budgets, financial statements. That is what my role entails. Documentation and communication, following up with the PRO, following up with the secretary, assistant secretary. Okay, what do we need to get ready for a core meeting? What are some of the things we need to do, to disseminate the information? If there are issues that come up, do we need to address it before we get to the next core meeting and provide those information to the different core members, and also make sure that they have what they need to be better prepared for our next meeting? So that's the job of the DOA, just documentation and communication, marketing and publication. That's also supporting the PRO, promoting the image of Siena program, promoting the image of Siena media. What can we do to bring more people to be aware of what we have to offer in the Siena Avenue, right? Maybe a handful of people know about the media. How can we better market ourselves, to generate the publicity that we need? That's the job of the DOA. Reporting, right? Reporting on a regular basis, the progress, meeting with the staff and committee. Okay, what do we have? What is outstanding? What are the pledges that we need to collect? Okay, how many pledges have we collected, and what can we do, to put better structures in place so that way we don't have too much of a deficit, right? Because people are pledging, remember, out of the goodness of their heart. We can't really force them to make that, to redeem the pledges, but it's just in our better way, we have to find a better approach to reach them so we can redeem those pledges, right? Database management. This is nothing new for me. When I was the assistant secretary, back when the secretariat was in position, I was in charge of the database. I actually started the database. We didn't have any. So I started creating a database with big donors, information that will be viable, which is viable for us today.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I started back then. So this is nothing new for me. Legal compliance. Siena is an NGO. What are the things that we need to do to be in compliance with IRS, right? Yeah. Because we do have a tax ID. So those are the things that as a DOA that I'll be responsible for. Fundraising and sponsorship. This has always been a big issue for Siena. I know we came up with Steve, we collaborated and came up with the association challenge, and that has been going so well, right? But we're also working on different approaches that we can use and not just, focus solely on the association challenge. Are we in a position to ask for grants? Are we in a position to go out to different big corporations and provide them with letters and get money? Absolutely. How do we find those companies? How do we reach out to them? What do we need to do to better present a report to those companies to get the grant that we need in Siena, right? And not only depending on the, the goodness of the donations that we receive. We're very appreciative of that, but I think we can just broaden, our horizon a little bit outside of our scope. So those are the things that as a DOA that I have to look forward to doing. Inventory management, right? When we're going to Siana, there's a lot of behind the scenes that happen that most people don't understand. Even with staff fund, we have to come up with envelopes and special donation cards. We have to make sure we have enough pens and Kofi and Ama bowls. All those things have to be in position, right? It's all about structure and organization. Because when we have those things ready and good to go, it makes us look good. People come and say, wow, these people are doing it, right? And that's what we want to see. And that's the DOA. That is what I look forward to continue to bring, to be able to better, present ourselves, on a better platform. Leadership, right? Sharing meetings. If there are committees that need input, that we need to maybe help, create a procedure, streamline the procedures that we have to make it easier for everybody. That's where I have to come in and work with the different committees that we have. Developmental plans, my job is to make sure that, whatever we come up with is also stored in a database that is safe and secure. That's number one, right? That's one thing that we need to come up with. If we can create a database that is safe and secure, and only a handful of people have access to that, because those are information that we have to be able, that we safeguard them, right? So those are things that I look forward to bringing as a DOA.
Wow, that was, and for Steve, that was loaded.
It looked like I just stepped right
we didn't even have any more questions. Which one
you said you had a follow-up question.
Looked like I just stepped right into her wheelhouse, right? Yeah, Nicole, I know you are burning to access some questions. So Nicole, please do, while I go drink some water.
Okay, so my sister, so this is, you really just gave us everything. It's like, and we've been asking, and you just gave us, or you gave us everything. You gave us what it means, what it's not, you gave us what we were, how we were, and where what we are doing now, and where we should go, and the best way to get there. And you are just ready to do that. And you are, parce que collègue blanc, everything that you are listening, I'm like, okay, so do you know what you are saying yourself? You know how many things that you are listening, and you're prepared to take this on. You're prepared to take all of this on. So it's amazing for you to know all of these things that are needed, all of these responsibility, expectation, and you still want the position anyway. It's not just so that people will call you, but you are DOA, just because you believe in what we do. You believe in making a difference for you to do that. So I just appreciate that. I appreciate the knowledge of knowing what it is. And you've been since the beginning, even though you've been doing this and you're getting this. So I appreciate that. And we have to be grateful for that. For people who are willing to just step up and sacrifice time, sacrifice energy, sacrifice family, because you're going to be sacrificing family and everything. You're going to be sacrificing to do this. So just grateful. But I know if for Steve and other people will be burning like, okay, she's talking this, your Vogue is like, she's, she's right. And then you do this, right. And then they're like, okay, what is the Vogue? What is the Gangbe is coming out of? So I want you to, they want to hear you too speak your Vogue, because they want to know that you are not, they tell us that we are lost. We are Americanized. Well, we are, even though we can speak it, even though we can do all of that, we have not lost. Yeah. So I want you to let people to know that, yes, you are not just seeking, you are not just going to be speaking your Vogue all the time. When this you are listening, you are going to be able to understand, because if we just ask you the question and then you understood it, right? So because they're gonna tell me, they're always catching up for me. First, if this is a Vogue show, okay. Just we gotta see some Vogue. Okay. Thank you very much for these questions. When you were introducing yourself, widow widow le ko yono le enio le begbemio I make widow le kimi yono le begbemio eni alo oh mi blonya wanyi sole Africulture.
Oh, widow.
Ameko mi le blon mi le gba ameko be stronku ameko be stronku ne mi le pomia efo Steve nya efo Steve la blon I'm sure he's scratching his head right now. And efo Steve, you already know, tell us a widow mi le blon ameko be stronku a mi le mi obenko a ne mi nye mi blon mi le commentaire me. Sister Melba le blon na ebe doyo yo wona yo pe na do ameko o strong balewa. Ko glonya why to shame. Parce que a widow ameko si strong baleo. Minya ba strong amero le fifia o strong le wasi over ni milliardaire. Minya mo ameko le blon ameko strong le wasi o le duaya. Donc ameo kudo nke le dear to my mia eni ameo kudo ameko si etoku nom loa offense. Oh, and on a dear to my heart basket. Mount dog blowing widows could often why they have a special place for him. He takes care of them better. So go globina AOG or pona yo one and no ask up with one tia ejojinam to it to shame. Parce que elle est vevere. Parce que I'm bon la min ponen in you. Min ponen. Mi blabena parce que c'est ça à peine chan que les blancs elle supporte Ahosi. There you go. I for George. Thank you, for George. Thank you. I'm thankful that you can. Ahosi. There you go. Ahosi emi blanc. Ahosi o kudo amekosi e nom loa. Donc George nambena e doke mi wona wa. E puis Sofion chambena ameko nia omle blanc po enuko wona wa. Donc I just want to point that out. That it makes a difference. Et puis, à make là non pas à aussi, là non pas et des vico et tom le wasio nom le wasio à make et jiwan les sia no so dona wa on to la nya on to la no le ko on to la comme on to la nya le ko donc George Nambena nukolo and that means bena you are right here, you are right in it, you are ready for it, you've been doing it your whole life. So mi benade if you're obeying the constitution, okay,
but my constitution, I DOA be position.
I think we're gonna have to because it's not Sister Melba only, right? I think we ask and they're like, I write the constitution and then name me big blobby. Oh, obey on like, but I mean, I know not all of it is just my position that I'm focused on. My position.
I know, right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they all of them are just concerned about their position.
Their position.
Yeah, so let the other executives worry about what they need.
Don't worry about the rest of it. They just focus on what they need to do, and they need to know how to do it well. So, me that way, bena ewan. So, siana ma globena mi blon position now, mi blon enuko doko position na ona. Mi explique New York pata fifiare. Mi Siana, kaka 2012. I mean 12 ans ya, obey ele Siana me. Ele pronunciano. Position ya mi blon o explication na mi nou ke yo la ten mi la po changement. Ne le possible le vegbe me. Ne le possible le vegbe me vire a expliquer na mo. Présentement nou ko la ten nou ko no va eni a aide que le janamu aide it help parce que français dodo no I'm only married to but I don't speak French, so aide it is help nous kayo le jawo nous ko po be na no opposition nous kayo po que le immédiat directement fifi I mean immediate. What are the things that or you think that we need to work on, we need to implement that you are going to be helping with? Just few things. If it's possible, some of them in Regbeme, if you can.
Okay. Them proposition as DOA. angu li fun matewo voa nyere kanye matewo, right? Because insia umila we mirola we do, right? Mirola we collaboration, mirola we teamwork, right? Because menye lava changer siana overnight. Mirola we doku president, mirola we doku vice president, mirola we doku secretary, mirola we doku assistant, mirola we doku PRO. Okay. That teamwork, yeah, core chan, mirola we doku core.
Right.
It's not gonna be us against core. Mirola we together, right? So nyanke mag broba mva chuchugbantoari collaboration.
Okay.
Mirola we together.
Okay.
Come no core povai. Garo mea maso over nanani. Because secretariat executive officer Lake Blondika, Kocha Lake Blombu, Nemiate Jagbagba, La Pompo, ye mia reach me gonna be happy medium, right? You might reach 100% to
right.
But listen, let me dogo la fide, e goma se vamia katamia domea. E yi pominate wodo, right? Unity, the kawawa, in ye main sunly. Where that goma se va executive kuko dome. Ye information ka mi obe your project. Ye project alam ya benefits and me go to it. Right? Because project do project committee or channel project from different areas so
right.
Yeah. You know, me jabagba le other areas so for up to now I take beer young person take bio.
Okay.
Lisa, mi dollar Sunday, right? Mina appeal na me hotel association and me to different areas. So what I saw obe idea right? Mi akata mi a presenting a project committee okay, you know, these are the information that we have. Yeah. They toko, you know, Beni of Mila year, la supporte a meo, but chuchubaya the cow, collaboration. I love very because they the cow million, they must over vary,
right.
Chavana.
Karajava, no de pemja marshal.
Yeah.
Okay, Mila, take a 15. We're just gonna take a quick break because we've been talking. You see, we are having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. We want to hear from you. Please let us know you are watching. Please, and for George, thank you. I know you were already on. You save us already, so thank you. I made le kame amina mianya fike mi joint soa nde kukuna mi ne mi do question na sister Melba mi do edora ne banya ne mi le Washington DC mi le watch amina sister Melba banya bena mi le moajilo. Me I take a quick break. Mila trova zandea. 1 minute per mila so 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, be break there. Ne mi a trova ne mi a continuer. Donc ami ba fie popo ne amere le kame kudo mi wa mi invité ne wa joindre mi mi partager lien kudo mi comment mi share linka kudo amere na amere ba joindre mi. You are watching. What I'm saying is please share the link with everyone. Invite somebody to join us. Let us know where you're joining from. And I say thank you for George is already there. He saved us already. We didn't know what a widow, the name of widow, we couldn't remember if George sent it to us. So thank you for George. Everyone else who's watching, please let Sister Melba know that you are watching, you're supporting her. And we want some questions as well. Send us some questions for her. But let's just take a 2 minutes break, about 2 minutes break, and we'll be right back.
Fi kan mi ya fe ni mega po mi po.
Oh, fina mi agai. FPF for mi lelo. Ero be nya fi le jojo. Jajara do na Siana 2025. Ya ko wo mi le rehearsal so de le jajado wo. Mi le me ya fi de ko mi le.
Oh, nya ke fe ya. Ye me bi be ne ma register na Dallas 2025. because like, that's the only way my tongue get access to their hotel. I can't really worry. No, you may register here. Can I never job? Hey, my tongue at the convention, or would they refund my money to me?
What to for now? Never and Ghana registration. I've another two more down my temper convention. The Canaswa. We are cool, even when you now your convention organizers. You don't know my other than what to put that for now. 11 and your happy August like at the week 2025. Now do I don't hope we go Katan.
Nyatepa.
Nyatepa nyakwemi onu. Bekwe fefe di fefe tem yakwemi date ekwe here August 13, 2025. No nya yoko wa cancel hotel reservations akwa akana.
You know what? When it's too early to register for the convention now. The convention is update in August 2025.
Our phone and registration. Ekpanade siana movena wodudunya as an outie. Uhala apo hotel venue fede ano.
Oh, Akpenade upe yabedem. We need to register. My way kaba. My yano vingi gomita. Apato buipe kolobadu. What no register. Namia fasa. Elevepere.
Efo, eho go benkolo. Yami, yame when mi yom ya beku meto when mi register mi afa Dallas. Azalo.
Yo, madakuku medogo nasiana manola kata anyamianovi agoti ya omaona yele mopomna anyakure nufofu abemado pejina mibe lucian sogbe moho bisavo tam mele amoji bonalo nyajogo le Dallas lo maona irami
Land of America abena bobo yewonya Land of America unti fafa bobo yenyesiana
Welcome back to Africulture right here on Sienna TV and Chatting with Nicole. At the same time, I want to thank you guys for watching us. Thank you for coming back. I want to thank Steve for joining me today. And I want to thank, obviously, Sister Melba for being here with us today. Again, please remember, we know you heard Sienna, you've been hearing. If you have not registered, I do not know what you're waiting for, but this is one of them that you just have to be there. And remember, we are talking out to Sister Melba and everybody else because they're going to be an election this year in Dallas, right? So we want you to be there. I personally want to see you guys. So if you have not registered, I don't know why, but whatever the reason, I want you to register now. I want you to prepare and make sure that you are Sienna 2025 because, you think that, Atlanta was big or, last year, 2024 was big. Colorado was big. Wait till you see, you already know how they started it. Dallas is going to be even, Washington, D.C. is going to be even bigger. So I want you guys to make sure that you are there in Dallas. So make sure that you register. But thank you. Sienna 2025, amidola no funu 2025, midola no Sienna 2025. Emle dak pena fosti, emle dak pena Sister Melba bole kamikudomi, minyabe mi le blonyon subon eglia. Voa mbena ne amerem le kamikudomi ami partage lien kudo, mi do question ami bio Sister Melba question, bio mi question, mi namia nya fike mi le joint toi parce que ne mi le partager lien, ne mi le moaji mi blonyare pepe le commentaire ami magnon. If you don't send your comments, we don't know who is joining, except I only know that for George is online. So everybody else, I don't know who is joining. And Sister Melba also wants to know that you are supporting. And for C, wants to know how you feel about him being on our free culture today. So please let us know your comments and ask your questions. This is your time. Ask her whatever question. I know she already gave us a lot already, but I know that you have things burning in your head that you want to ask. So make sure you ask us and make sure that you are here. We are here. I am here every Sunday, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. GMT. And obviously for Steve, it is on Saturday. We have the show. I don't have the lineup for you here, but we have Sienna Central. You need to register on Sienna TV. You need to subscribe to Sienna TV. You need to subscribe to Chatting with Nicole. So let me bring back it for Steve and then Sister Melba so that we can carry on with the conversation. For Steve, so yesterday, for David gave us a lot. right? And for David talked to us about scholarship, he talked to us about strategy, he talked to us about negotiation, experiences that he have and everything that he was planning to do for Sienna. So we heard a lot about him, about the youth. We talked about the youth and everything else. So I know you have a follow-up question for Sister Melba. What out of what we heard from A4 David, because they are both candidate for DOA, right? So what do you have as a follow-up question from what we heard specifically yesterday? What do you have something you want to ask Sister Melba so that she can also tell us her vision and what she's planning to do?
Absolutely. One thing, Yade, Isha, I have a question. Yeah, for David Ponucho, yapa agenda, yeah. I believe we need to listen to the candidates. Yeah, there was one area, which is youth empowerment. Now there was a specific question. There will be a youth empowerment. Miakata Minyaba, he's the president of the FA Association of Houston. There will be a question is there anything a daughterly or in that area? He went and spoke about a few things. It might be Manyaba youth empowerment. Yeah, that Penny was here. She spoke very passionately about youth empowerment. Yet, the Manyaba oha a daughter area mama de nada liga na twa toshi fifiaba ye enya anika enya area de ka ye jimba ya daughter chohama na miatwa encourage me about youth makagble la fiaba. Look, I approached him several times about some specific youths that I like me aplo akada hama I like me encourage you gakade nukele jijino like that like natwa at the Jipune and Miaba youth have now one not so involved like Miaba the one now man. If you are me talking about mama new good body. Yeah.
Youth empowerment is a very powerful subject for me as well, right? And most people, I'm always advocating for the youth. That's one of my favorite words, advocate, wherever we go, right? And I'll use my own children as an example. We go to different functions because I'm very heavily involved in the LA Association community. Me in a program, and we go there, and I'm encouraging the culture for them. You have to understand they were all born here, but I'm encouraging the culture for them, and and they seem very uninterested. Like, and sometimes you'll complain, why is this taking so long? Why do they have to why don't you just say I do so we can go home? Why is it 5 hours? Why is this baby ceremony 10 hours? And you can tell, but and I always encourage my kids to ask questions and just say things that they're unfamiliar with. So I would follow up with them and say, hey, well, what was this specifically that you didn't quite like? He said, well, timing, it was just too long. And first of all, everything started so late,
right?
And now I have to sit here and wait for everybody to come,
right?
And and I said, okay. And I asked them, well, what do you think we could do differently? He said, well, I mean, I enjoyed the program, but I wish they had something for the kids to do.
Right.
There was nothing for us to do. We just have to sit there, and even the language, I don't understand half of the language they're speaking. So and I appreciate that. And that was another thing that we even talked during one of our meetings at the Airway Association, that we need to start bringing our kids to the meeting, but we don't have a, so it's very difficult for some of them to understand. So what can we do to change that narrative, right? And it's just starting to mentor,
right?
And I think that was one of the things that we had discussed, and something that I already do at my church. I mentor a lot of the kids,
okay,
because we do so many things, and I think the expectation for us as adult is that kids should automatically watch and do.
Right,
But we're not specifically understanding what it is we're wanting them to listen and do. Right. So first we need to reach them at their level and provide some sort of teaching.
right,
Some sort of mentoring, just take a kid, this is the child that I want to mentor. I will be your auntie for the next, duration, to see what we could do, to build you up, to learn about the culture. Dr. When you'll have the teaching Ewe show on Siena Media, that's helpful. If we can get that marketed to a more broader area to get more kids involved in that, I think that would be helpful as well.
Right.
So that brings up again, my idea as a DO as marketing. So it's not just about one association, but it's about bringing all these 19 associations together and what we can do to help our kids maintain the culture. When they come to Siena, what else can we do? If we need to build a different packet for them, to have them experience Siena differently than how we do it.
Right.
To help them better understand what it is we're doing. I think the interest will be there.
Right.
Right. And not only that, involve them.
Right.
Involve them, have an assistant, like a core member, be a youth member. The associations will deliberately say, okay, going forward, I was vice president in each association will be, for youth, to empower the youth, and let that person be the advocate for the other youth in the association, right? Get them involved. It is, what Siena does. Help them understand what Siena does so they can take it back
to
the other youth in the association. But sometimes I think we build this bridge where we keep them afar. Say, okay, we have this youth committee for you. You're doing this, you're doing that. And yet we're still doing everything that we're doing on the Siena platform without the collaboration there, right? Again, it's all about collaborating. We do our you found they want before they will get involved. I mean, ola va Siena voir. Ola va wanko dola wakba. Ojo.
Sister, we don't empower them, not just give the empowerment is very, very important. Yes. We give them we empower them, we trust them, yes. and mila defion ke fike tutu gba anyang blona be na le show ya odola nya fike mi soa.
That's right.
Odola nya nu ke le vevere na mia odola na nu ke ntimi wo na nu odoa game anova na nyi ole blobe on ke ntimi like leo ele forever. Only say no say
exactly.
Only what program or only just complain.
That's right.
No ke mi dola kula sibe mi o parent wa mi na commence no on time. We have to leave this African time and then be our American time. So mi na commence no on time. Let me commence no on timer. Then I know kotola ile kodola idoa. This youth empowerment tare. Mi dola do confiance do mi ave vioji. Mi dola fion fike mi soa.
That's right.
Si mi le wo mi odoa. No say como ayola complain.
That's right.
No say come area o man complain.
That's right.
Complain no nyabe na culture nyabe culture. Nyabe culture. This is it's a gold. Our culture is a gold.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a reason we are doing it. Ela no plus easy. Donc I chatting African culture I'm West speaking glove and I'm yabe parent, miao parent wari, miabe do beni, be mi la pion miabe vio, mi la fike mi soa, na miabe vio.
Yeah, ma.
No, evinye san onyem jile fi ovo avo vinya mjina la do Africa la wo mjina nem le do gengbe na mjina la ela no bronze gebe na yem le se onene olo wa do nene mema mo do me do nene continue la no do be bene continue la no bene kombe le cham le we ele pom le Africa ba wo ele pom le o mi okota if you don't know be ele church chala do Africa ba wo nem le Africa elle a ton avec ma plaît à overnight parce que les continuer les soit les vraiment proud of my African culture. It is addicted. When you are doing it, your child will see it and you have to embed it in their head. Les fione niade e la quiro wanti e la quiro wanti mi o mi ato
ma follow abere vinyo jiware mi jana gbagba every year be na hwe me na Ghana, me na Lome. Egbea, like a viewer chan embrace African culture. Vinyo chan embrace African culture. Vinyo le college Ghana flag le hobe now, Togo flag le hobe now. Odon African well African Student Union. Odona gbeacha me Ghana odona gbea.
We have to.
I mean, don't like go black, me don't like empower my review. Egbea is we have a very rich culture.
Right.
I mean, fiawa, oh manya. Barabere, parent otocha, menya mesia menyo. And I mean, the community mayor. Yenya take peremian. That's the whole purpose of community. Me don't like peremian, ta mentoring a chanva. Then you ye wow, yeah. I'll be happy, you know, I'm provinya lefia, vefia me viakata, yakata me swear.
Yeah.
Right? So Garo me mate blame parents abe omle well. Exactly.
And it's not a shame. Probably no viole where Oloko la bijia, Bia, never put on to me well. And to unity. Me don't do ensemble. Stand together neto. Siana mate reusir without unity. Siana cannot succeed with just one person. We all have to do it together. Just like it's positive, we know you are there. We are in the conversation too. So we are going to.
I do have a quick follow-up question, though, if I may. Okay, Mavana Washington, just a chodaka, alo and a chodaka was there. I'm not a poor aleke miaba youth that they are so involved. I'm you walk the walk and you talk the talk, right? But Nyakata minya what Siana youth, but the youth in the Washington do. I can attest to 2013. I was in Chicago. Yet me rent a bus now. Yeah, Washington all the way to come to Chicago to assist us with our cultural performance. Wow. Because look, they drove miles, they drove hours here, and they were not on program. But what is the magic one in Washington? Let me organize me about youth. A wedding, I came in na quality youth were running around, Abla was doing this. There were other youths. They were just running around and doing everything. Look, I have headed an association in Chicago for 6 years. How difficult it is to organize Miavio. At Washington, that you have found a magic one to get it done. How do you get it done? And how involved are you in enriching the youth participation in what we do every day?
Right. Well, Akba, Washington, you say, yeah. Washington, we do it all. We do it all. First of all, being a former vice president, that was one of the things that I was passionate about. People get excited. People get energized when you involve them in decision making, right? When you respect their opinions. Right? You finally meet you. I know we are having a special program, and we encourage the youth to join the committee and say, hey, what are some of the things that you think we can do differently? We don't just tell them, oh, you are young, you don't know anything.
Right.
No, that's not how we approach it, right? Oh, this is the idea you have. Sounds great. How can we elaborate that to make it work better, right? What do you think if we do it this way, would that work better? It's about involving them, collaborating with them, because generation there is no such thing as you think about it, your child doesn't know anything. No, they know more than us.
Yep.
They know way more than us.
Mhm.
So trust me, I am first to ask them, what is the new lingo, right? I worked as a school counselor. Even now today, when I'm talking to some of my colleagues, I use the word bro. Because that's how they used to reference each other. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing, bro? Male or female? Right? And if I'm going to be able to interact with them and better understand them, I have to respect their opinions. I can't just brush it away.
Right.
And that's one thing that I'm truly happy to say, that, all the presidents that we have, all the executives that we have in, Airway Association embrace those same ideas. We encourage the youth to let us know what we could do better, what we could do to involve them. We go to picnics, they come up with ideas. Oh, we can do this, we can do that, Vota Ensemble. How can we get them involved? And, and just be happy to show up, to perform. What can we do? Do we need to provide them with a meal? Do we need to get them, special gift? We provide them with backpack and all those things because we let them know that we care about you, and we want what's best for you. So I think, like I said, that's one thing that I'm truly happy to be part of. And we will continue to do that in Washington, D.C., because we value the youth. They have great ideas. If Sienna will, and encourage the youth to be part of the discussion, not just in their little forum, but bring them into the discussion.
Right.
Bring them into the core meeting.
Right.
Bring them into the committees.
Right.
Right. That's where the ideas will come up.
Right.
Like your foresee said, we are getting old.
We are getting.
And this is us building something for the next generation. Who are the next generation?
We are getting old.
They are the next generation. So involve them in conversation.
They have to.
And respect their opinions.
Right. Right. So that's what you guys are doing. So you are respecting their opinion. You are giving them you are empowering them, and you are supporting, you are helping, you are giving them what they need. You are giving them their space, and you are understanding where they're coming from. You are understanding their minds. And so that's what is working for you. So a first question is this is what you are doing. So everyone else, all the association watching, this is what you guys are doing. And we tried it, right? We tried it. And now we have you guys, as Sister Akpene, because she's very much, she even hired one of the youngest person when she was on the call, just the empowerment. So I am just very excited that, not just to one association, DC association, it is going to be in Siena, the Siena level. And I'm also excited because she also said, I don't know, was it her, that we needed to help the associations as well. Siena needs to help associations as well. So because without the association, there's no Siena. So you sharing this, it is something that this is what you do. It works for Washington, D.C. Speaking of Washington, D.C., Abla, I see you. Abla, I miss you, actually. All right, if you're watching, I miss you. We haven't had our chat for a while, and I know you're gonna be on the call you're on the list. But I do miss you. We need to get on chat. So Abla, say hello. Tuning. Are you tuning in from Washington? Of course. Of course, you're tuning in. So Abla, thank you for joining. Thank you for your comment. But we need to get caught up. Okay, Abla. So, speaking of that, you guys do it so well because of the people that you have involved, like Abla and the others who are really, truly focused on the youth. And so we have to have that in every association. Because just like you said, your young people. Every time when I finish, I try to get everybody's feedback. Young people, they have fun, but there was nothing special for them. There was nothing special for them, but they have fun. All aboard. They all board. So I am just so, looking forward to the change, something different. Can bring our brains together. You guys have been doing it so that we can figure out what is missing. How can we do this to be successful? How can we do this so that 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, they are the ones doing, they're carrying on. No one will be here, then no over.
Yeah, ma.
Georgina. For Steve, throw by first Steve. Do you have any follow-up questions for? You have any follow-up question for Sister Melba?
Absolutely. One thing, Yadi, I always have a question. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I see Abla out there.
Yeah, she is.
And talking about the and several results. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Marco, this is an area Manyaba you're already involved in your women empowerment, right? Let me ask you this, look. Manyaba women empowerment, it's very dear to your heart because and we see that in Siana, Apeyama, Miaba elections, there are 7 positions, right? And so far we have 13 candidates that are vying for 7 positions. And 7 of those 13 candidates are women. And I can say authoritatively, but this is the first time we have had this many women volunteering themselves to serve Siana. We have had a few women vying for a few positions. Kaka Apeyama, there are some positions that there are only women vying for it. The assistant secretary's position, for example, it is 2 two energetic women, going at it. What is it, it has motivated you personally? What is your motivation after all these years that you have been serving, not just your community, but the Siena community? After all these years, what is it that continues to motivate you to continue to offer yourself in service for the greater good of all?
Well, to be honest with you, I always say I think I am born ready for community work, right? And and as a counselor, you have a client, who is very difficult to change, right? It is not my job to give up on that client. My job is to help them understand why they're finding it difficult to change, right? I've been with Siena for so many years. There's a lot of changes that have happened, a lot of growth that have happened. And I'm very, very proud to be part of all that growth. But I just want to be in a position where, as a woman, bringing that, that change to a broader level, right? I always say that women are like thermostat, right? When we walk in the room, we tell the temperature in the room, right? We tell the temperature in the room, so we know when the temperature is not where it's supposed to be, right? So making sure that the thermostat in Siena is set in the right temperature, right, to move Siena in the right direction, in a positive direction for the next generation, is what it's important to me. And that's why I wanted to start for DOA and work with the president, work with CORE, right, to be able to project that temperature in the right way. What we go to Siena, and just like Sister Nicole said, the youth are there, but they're not involved, right? They're not involved. We're not, collaborating with them. They go into their own little room. They do what we have to do for them, but I had said earlier, if they don't truly understand the culture of what we're doing, right, then we're missing the point somewhere. And I feel like that is where is important to me, and is important to, just like you said, Sister Quinny, when she mentioned that, for us to bring that, that diversity, in leadership, to be able to project the thermostat and set it at the right temperature, so we can change the temperature in the room.
Supposed to be the right temperature. You know, when she was saying I was on mute, I was about to yes. So I don't want her to feel alone saying temperature. Yes, she was right. When the women come, we have a different temperature.
We do.
So it is good for us to have this mixture. It's not just our husbands, you know, our brothers just planning everything and making everything. You know, we want that temperature. We want to feel respect.
We want the temperature to fit everybody.
We want the right temperature. And it shows room.
We go global. Young you are the village of Vada Documino and
we measure our temperature. We measure our temperature. We bring that. That's we have to measure.
Yeah, I keep wondering, because I know you personally, and I have worked with you, for so long at time, and I know your dedication and your zeal and your enthusiasm. So I just kept, there have been times here in Jaguar we say, "Okay, this is our last year. We are going to, but then we can find enough people who get me feel that they can help. So we come back and we offer ourselves. But I just sit back and say, what do you be eating or what have you been drinking? I need to talk to Louis. I mean, for you to be continuously wanting to volunteer your service, it's remarkable, extremely, extremely remarkable. So I just wanted to know your what actually motivates you to want to continue to give of yourself this much to our beloved community. We know, what we do. Okay, so let me just pick it back. I don't know how much time we have. Let me just ask this. You've talked about your motivation, but what uniquely qualifies you above the others? What would you say about uniquely? I normally would ask a question, but how should you be chosen? There are two of you. We had for David Echoma. So what uniquely qualifies you to be given the nod to offer your service to continue to offer your service to Sienna?
Okay. Well, I mean, for Steve, you already know my track record, right? My involvement in Sienna, like you said, 12 years. I go to Sienna. Mind you, I don't get paid. I don't get any contribution towards my plane fare or gas or hotel fees. That's always been on me. I go there. I sometimes don't eat dinner because or even give away my seat that I paid for. I pay registration fee like everybody else. But most of the time I'm busy working and I enjoy it. I truly enjoy it because I see the positive change that is happening in Sienna, organizational management, we go in there, the Sienna committee, we're always organized. We're ready to go, we're making sure we're sending out, when you make a donation at Sienna, immediately get an instant email thanking you. That's me on the other end, thanking you for your donation, right? Those are things that we want to continue doing. My work effectively, with the diverse community, the community. I work with different community groups, with my NGO in Ghana, right? With my job, with my my CPR company. You go into different companies that you teach CPR, right? And you're hoping and praying that everybody is in the same wavelength, after you finish the class. And lo and behold, they are. You spend 4 or 5 hours, because I'm not there to project myself. I'm there to project what CPR can do, which is to save a life, right? So just like we've been talking about, I don't go to Sienna to let everybody say, hey, Melba is here. No. What am I there to do for Sienna, right? To move a step closer to our goal, to our mission, to providing for impoverished area in the Volta region in Ghana, Togo, and Benin. What have we been doing, or what can we do more to provide that avenue for them, right? And transparency. That's one thing that I definitely will bring to the position of DOA. I'm a very transparent person. What you see is what you get in terms of how we deal with people. I respect people. And I believe in teamwork, because teamwork always make a dream work. There is no man is an island. That's what I tell people. No man is an island. You cannot do anything alone. So if you don't collaborate, if you don't bring people into the conversation, if you don't involve other people in the conversation, it's not just the adult people, the youth, the women, the children, we have to even involve people that are disabled. They need to be involved in a conversation as well. All right. Just working in making sure that Sienna's operations, are transparent and providing enough information for all of us to be on the same page. Core, president, executives, all of us on the same place. Our stakeholders, our big donors. The expectation is that they give us money. We need to provide some sort of proof of what we've used that money for in order to get more of it. All right. So that's the transparency that I hope to bring to the position.
And first, does that answer your question?
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, let me yield to Nicole. Whenever you may have, probably you might want to take a break.
Yeah. I know, Sister Melba, first of all, I remember I told you that we are not going to go over an hour and 15. That's what I told you. Like, we were over and we are not an hour and 20 right now. So I know we've gone through a lot of questions, and we've gone through a lot. You have shared a lot, and I really just appreciate it. I really just appreciate it. Just make me respect you even more. Your love and your dedication and everything is just makes me, because I see the same thing. Because we are not supposed to do something for like, you're not doing it for you. You're not doing it for somebody to say hello, to say, yeah, you did it. You're not doing it. So just for you to just having that spirit in you, it made me I have more respect for you, just like I told Sister Akpene, and I was telling her that and I'm just so grateful for the 7 position that the women, the women, 4 women here to balance it out, because we know things and we can do things, and we bring that, temperature, balancing the temperature. So we have that you talked about. So I'm just so grateful for that. And we have so much to talk about. Donc, Melba, I pray you're going to come back. Agriculture, you have an open invitation. We're gonna come back and talk more about your business and the Widow Bee. I want to hear more about that, especially what you're doing back home, how you're helping people back home. I will love for you to come back for us to chat more about that, and also to chat more about our youth, because it's super important to me. I'm telling you, because it's very, very important how we can embed our golden our golden culture into them before we leave. We cannot fail them. We cannot fail our ancestors. We cannot fail them. So I will have an open invitation. You have an open invitation. You got to come back. We're going to discuss more about that. But I want to ask you, I always ask this, what is your favorite activity in Ghana or Togo? Now it's 2. What is your favorite activity back home that you normally do? Not just favorite activity, but your favorite food, and maybe your husband's favorite. They have gari. Most of it is that's what they eat. So what is your favorite activity and favorite food back home?
Wow, favorite activity. When I go to Ghana, believe it or not, I go restaurant hopping. I like to taste all the different food that I haven't had, that I miss in America. Yes, I do that a lot. I tell my mom, okay, let's go to this one, let's go to that one. Let's see how it tastes.
Right.
So I love to travel. That's one thing I enjoy doing. Favorite food, oh
my God, that's a konkwe bese
kukarami.
Oh my God. Okay, I have to come here. I love it too. I'm telling you. It's you too. And for Steve, sorry. We were talking about abilities. I hope you that's one of your favorite. A base is simply, sometimes you just you eating something. People who think like, what is this? People think that going to the restaurant and spending $1,000, on a meal is no. We just want simple come.
That's it.
Sometimes it's just with sardine. Me, I'm like, I'm in heaven.
That's it.
So I go back home. We have to find the best place for corn.
That's right.
He has to take me his first place for corn.
Yeah.
And then we don't have to eat with a basic kudo. Oh, sardine.
Boy, basic.
You young people, you don't know. You don't know what you're missing. You don't know what you're missing, but we love that conque. I said that's one of my favorite food. I know
bobo
So and then so what?
I'm just wondering, is this an interview for a candidate or a food show? I'm just wondering.
An interview for a candidate. This is how they get to know her. This is getting to know her, what she loves, so that when she wins, when you invite her into her home, you know exactly what you're going to serve her. So it's supposed to be, that's why.
For Lawrence is cracking up back there. He's just saying, a great presentation. I enjoyed the entire program. For Lawrence is it's DJ at
DJ for Friday after Friday night on Sienna TV.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you, for Lawrence.
So I appreciate that. So I always have to ask that question. So I have to be fair and ask you the same thing. And I'm just so grateful. So next time we meet in Togo or Ghana, next time we meet, we're gonna have to find this special place and enjoy our corn and then enjoy our basic with Kalami. We're gonna have to enjoy that next time.
That's right.
So
That's right.
those of you who wants to invite Sister Melba, when you invite her, you know exactly what she eats. You know exactly what she loves. So thank you, everybody. I am so grateful. And for George, I thank you for being online. If you're still there, thank you. I thank Ego Bees. I don't know who you are, but I thank you watching from Atlanta. And you said, great show. We thank you. Sister Abla, thank you very much. My very sister from another mother. I appreciate you. She's amazing. Abla is amazing.
Yes.
And I love her too. So Abla, thank you. You say you miss me too. I think I'm glad you miss me too. So we're gonna have and then for Steve just said, for Lawrence, thank you very much. And for Lawrence, every time I'm watching your show, the first thing I see is my flyer. So I always think that is my show, and then I realize that it's not my show. So thank you for always presenting. I appreciate you. I know you agree with me. Black is definitely a best. She's the best. Yeah. Shalom. You agree with me. Thank you. So, Sister Melba, we heard what you have for us. We heard your answers. We heard your qualification. You heard everything that you have to give us. And we appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope that people also appreciate, getting to know you better and getting to know, appreciating the qualification that you have. And not only that, but to thank you for your service. I thank everybody who has been involved and all the candidates. I thank them for their service, and not just for that, but the service they are going to be rendering by asking for, by being a candidate and searching to do this job. So we thank you guys for doing that. No matter what. And I also want to know that, and I know I'm not even going to ask you. I know that even if you don't get the job, you don't get the position, you are still there. You're still going to do it and still going to work with everybody, because you've been doing it without the title. So I don't see anything going to change. So I'm not going to ask that, because you're going to tell me the same thing.
That's right.
So I thank you for that. But for Steve, before I ask for closing remark, I'm going to ask for Steve. If you can if you have anything for Sister Melba before we ask for closing remark, anything you have for Sister Melba.
Okay, Melba Marakuma Bialo. Yemi on form to the position of the DOA. Amado do that, but the position of the DOA. It is intended to complement just every other position, every executive position. It Amado do that, but my here. ya mado do ida ba o ehia ka bonwa na mia kpobala ka mia gagbo atrashi len na wa na that office of the DOA na no more effectively la gbodo leka akwido but I like it complements everyone. It has amada the Ubaran Choma, but it has a fiduciary duty other amada blon choma. It's an office it can complement. It had la susunu de leke miatwa atrashi le office man ye office and not necessarily just an independent office of its own, Gaka one or more effective in terms of its organizational skills, what it brings to the table, and what it offers. So, Swadelasha, it is not necessarily about why you should be using it. Gaka just randomly there. Whenever you are someone, I have fallen on you several times for ideas about having to do certain things a little better than we are. If you have the answer to it, that is fine. If it's not something that you have thought about, that is still fine. But how can we make the office of the DOA more effective than it is today?
Well, I mean, here is that's a very good question. And in terms of saying that the DOA position complements all the other positions, I think I would say is more of a collaboration position, right? And the reason why I say that is, let's look at Congress, for instance, right? There is checks and balance, right? And that checks and balance of the president comes from Congress, right? So in my mind, I'm looking that the position of the DOA, when it was originally written based on the job description that I have read, should be a standalone position and rather function that way as a checks and balance. So I wouldn't, I'm not saying that the DOA is Congress per se, but just the derivatives, right? Making sure that the minutes are accurately written, making sure if there was a question in a core meeting that came up, that we have that, information readily available before our next core meeting, right? So the DOA behind the scenes is checking and balancing what needs to be put in place. So that way the meeting, and not only just the meeting, but after the meeting, things are functioning the way they should, right? It's all about organization, and it's all about working in collaboration with everybody. So you're not really complementing. I'm not going to be writing a minutes if the secretary is not available. That should not be the job of the DOA, right? But just make sure that, it's written in such a way that, so everybody reads it and, and understandably, and if anything that maybe the secretary wasn't available and the DOA happened to be in the meeting, of course you can take the minutes. But I will call the secretary and we work in collaboration. We work together to make it happen, to make it so we can present it. The president is not available, right? The vice president is not available. The DOA is put in position to hold the meeting, right? To hold the meeting, to hold everybody accountable in the meeting, to precipitate over the meeting, to make sure that everything goes as planned, So yes, it complements the other, positions, but it can also be a standalone position, to be able to provide the needed, checks and balances that we need.
And make it relevant. And make it relevant, because
make it relevant.
You do all of that, it's going to be relevant. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Your last one, Queen. But good luck on your quest to be our next DOA, and we'll see you on the floor in Dallas on the 29th.
29th.
Yeah. That's right. Dallas. So good luck.
And thanks for availing yourself.
Of
So,
course. Thanks.
Sister Melba, so now we're going to ask you to give you your closing remark, and then we're going to come back.
Oh, okay.
Give your
Okay.
closing remark. Are you want to carry on? You like, are you still?
No. No.
It sounds like you're like, oh, you're not ready to leave. All right. So let me have you give your closing remark, and we're gonna come back and then finish up. Okay.
Sure. Closing remark. Well, you've heard all about my experience, my dedication, and my vision for the role of DOA, right?
Mhm.
And I have preached enough collaboration. I've preached enough Nyawado, they do, right? I've said enough of that because it's very dear to my heart. Amerikamate Wado, Midola Wado do. So the community and just the heritage of what we have to offer, not just the adult, members that come to Siena, but the youth as well, right? Incorporating the youth, empowering the youth to better understand, why we do some of the things that we do.
We do, yeah.
Yeah, to better help them understand. I will continue to go to Starfund and continue to be at that table at every Siena to make sure that things are run the way they should administratively. I enjoy what I do. I don't get tired or I don't get bitter that I go to Siena and I don't have any fun. No, because I know what we're doing is important. I know what we're doing is important. So my appeal to everybody here and also in core is that, you vote for the right person that will come and do the job.
Right.
Because for me, it's not about the title.
Right.
We have to get the job done and we have to do it hand in hand.
Right.
We have to work with each other.
Right.
For not for me, for future generation.
Right.
My kids are in college, but the younger ones that are coming up. So for generations to come.
Right.
We need to set the pace for them. And just the fact that we all have a shared belief,
right,
of moving Siena forward,
right,
is where I think I will be in a position to do the job as the DOA that Siena envisioned. So I appeal to you for your vote. If you want to know more about me, feel free to call me. I'm Washington Association number one in every area, and we will continue to be number one. So thank you for listening, and thank you for your vote. Thank you for your vote, so we can move Siena
together. You have to thank people in advance, so you thanking them in advance. Yeah. That's how you do it. There's a question. They say, are we serious as people whereby we don't have a lot of people in? I don't know, my brother. That's the same question I'm asking. The fact that we don't have enough subscribers on this show and Siena TV, I think that's your question. Yes, we are serious. Preach, my brother or my sister. Is it my sister, Chris? Preach. That's my question myself. So I don't know. I don't understand. This is so important. Our culture is so important. What we do is so important, but we have less, people to be interested. That's why we are doing this. So I thank you. I thank you for pointing that out. So I know that by saying that somebody else is hearing it, but you seeing it and pointing it out, and that's what's going to encourage other people. So I want you to do your part. I want you to share this link with everyone. I want you to tell them to join us so that we can do this together. Because what we do every week, yes, it is a small, but people will rather watch a cut video instead of, doing that. This is golden. This is golden. So I thank you for pointing that out. But yes, we are serious. And I know that it's going to get better. I know that everybody's going to start hearing. So we know. So young people, you who are watching, Shalom, I need you to share with your young folks. Every Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. They need to be on. They need to be on and get more subscription.
More culture.
Yes, we need more subscription. I need more subscription. We need to know. We talk about culture. We talk about learning the language, learning how to cook, all of that. So we need more subscription. So, F4 Steve, I think F4 Steve got his last the question for you. So before we let you go, I know you and we're gonna do something. We have a task to do. So Sister Melba, we are, you say you say you didn't read all the Constitution, you just read some of them. I get it. But there's a part that you should have known, and I know you know, it is the anthem. The anthem.
Oh, of course.
Okay. So I challenged Sister Akbene. She's gonna come back and sing that anthem. Next time, next time she comes, she's gonna have to come and sing that. So while you're here and you know it, I know we're gonna sing that, to close it. Young people and your young people, I need you to learn when we sing this. I need you to call Sister Akbene and ask her. She will explain this to you. So we're gonna sing that. Before I do, Abla say help us. We need people to join and bring their marketing expertise and all of that. We need them. We need you guys. We need you. My brother Chris, please do whatever. If you can do something, do it. Whatever light you can shine on people for, Siana TV, please do it, because we need people. We need more people. All right. So thank you guys. And thank you all of us. So Sister Akbene, let me know when you're ready.
You mean Sister Melba?
Sister Melba, I'm sorry. Sister Melba. You two are just my favorite people, right? Two of my favorite people. So
no. You know what? Sister Akbene is like a sister to me too, so I'm okay with that.
So let's go this. You ready? We're gonna sing. Oh, let me give F4 Steve an opportunity. I don't want him to think we left him out. F4 Steve, are you going to be able to sing this anthem, or are you?
I know it by heart, but I don't sing. So I'll leave the singing to you.
Okay, we'll leave F4 Steve, whatever.
I know it by heart, but I don't sing, unfortunately.
So F4 Akbene, let's take this. Let's close this. With our Siana anthem. So you ready?
I'm ready.
So let's go.
All right.
Okay. Mi wo
de count
yenye
Cholo.
It is a clarion call. It and then we got you next time and meet Jigba a Jolo, Jonah Norman. It's a call to Avenue so you get to sing it with the vim.
Says the person who doesn't sing, right? Says the person who doesn't sing. We want us to bring you should have been the one to bring the heat, but then you sit out and now you say, "Oh, next time you bring the heat." Okay, right? We heard you. Next time, F4 Akbene, we are going to bring the heat next time. So we're going to do that. So Akbene. You are online. We thank you. And then we have your Anna. Okay, we have you. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for supporting Sister Akbene. Sister, you see, I'm still calling Sister Melba. Thank you for supporting your people. I thank you for coming out and supporting them. I thank you for helping us, helping this go out, help our channel, help our conversation, help these content. We thank you for helping us. And don't miss out. Next Sunday, I'm here every Sunday. So don't just come here when Sister Akpene, Sister Melba, people are here, but come all Sunday, every Sunday. Find some time and watch and share with everyone. Your platform, even if people don't understand it, still share anyway. I'm just asking you to do me a favor. Still share anyway, subscribe to the channel. So, Sister Melba, I thank you. Kaka, whoever Merci beaucoup.
Merci. Yo. Hey, Zadelo. Bye bye. Bonsoir, mes chamelo. Bonne année. Bye.
Bye. So, A4 Steve. I'm gonna let you, give your goodbye and your closing remark. Tell me what is in your mind before we close out.
Well, it has been fun. This series, you and I, feel that it is something that we need to do. And me, Jagoma Fifia, this is a novel series. It can me, my job, Boba. We have been having elections for some time. We've given platform to the candidates to come and share their views, introduce themselves.
Right.
I'm going to vying for the position. Or elect Amaden to office.
Right.
Yeah, so it has been a great series that we began. What we may have to do in Yaba, we still have a few that will be coming on in the following weeks. We still have the secretary's position. The next week we have the assistant secretaries, then the secretaries thereafter. Then we have Dr. Bernard Gadagbi will be coming in vying for the vice president. Then we'll have a Willie coming in, and also the only person who have not been able to sign up for any of our shows, who is the other candidate for the president's position, which is Dr. Abedio, but he will not be able to make it. Okay, just about all 12 of the 30 candidates have signed up to come. Right. And we have heard them by the end of Miabe series. I would have heard almost about all of them.
Right.
Okay, how do we hold them accountable? How do we hold their feet to the fire? And that is what media is supposed to do as the fourth wheel. I think after this thing, I will sit back and then maybe we give them their first 90 days in office.
And then we'll bring them back.
And then we'll bring them back, and then we would hear them. And we have recording of everything that they've said.
Right.
So that we can play it back to see how well are they doing in everything that they vie for, from what they told us to what they are doing, so that we can continue to hold people accountable. But this is a voluntary service, right? They are voluntary, so we salute all of them. Okay. And Nicole, it's been so much fun to be here on a Sunday evening, sharing airtime with you. So let's get to do this again some other. So thank you for the opportunity to be here, and I'll see you on air on Saturday when we interview
our secretaries,
the assistant secretaries.
There you go.
So thank you so much.
Steve. Okay. Guys, this is the longest show that I have, the longest time that I have so far, I think, on Africulture, and I'm just so grateful. And we didn't even get to say everything and see all of you, because some of you joined in later. But I want to encourage you, those of you who have missed it, you joined later. I want to encourage you to watch the show from the beginning. I want you to watch everything and share it with everyone on your social medias. Young people, Abla, all of you, please share the link today. Share it with everyone, Selam. I want you guys, Hannah, all of you. I'm holding you responsible to share the link with everyone and invite everyone every Sundays. Please just join us and we do this together. But I am just so grateful that I get to do this today with the Steve and have my sister Melba here. And it's just amazing. There's so much I have for her, and I'm looking forward for her coming back so that we can discuss, because we have so much in common. Just her humility and then her will to love and her love and her drive to help. It's amazing to me. So I will want to bring her back, and I told her I have an open invitation for her. But I thank you guys, all of you who are watching. You want to share, you want to join me here and have something you want to share, you want to showcase anything, please reach out to me. I am here, just a community. I want to bring you in and shine a light so that we can have this going. So thank you, Fosti, for joining me. I thank my sister Melba for joining. I thank you all for watching. I appreciate your comment. I appreciate you helping us, making this better, bringing more subscription, bringing more involvement, helping us out. So I thank you very much. I thank everybody for being here. It's a brand new week, and I pray and I pray that you have a blessed week coming. And I want to remind you guys, we are having, our beautiful ladies are going to be here on Saturday, 11:30. We are going to be interview them on Siena Central, so you don't want to miss. This is assistant secretary, and we are going to have them. They are both, women, and they are contesting for this position. So it will be interesting to talk to two people who are contesting for one position at the same time. I don't think we had that yet. We did for David yesterday. We did a Sister Melba today, so we haven't had them. Two people. So this is going to be very, very interesting. So you guys share the link and share this and allow more young people to join on Saturday. I am looking forward to that very much. So we'll see you on Saturday. But until then, I want you all to stay safe and blessed. And I'll see you Saturday. Don't miss it. Please subscribe, share, and also check out the rest of the videos. I want you to go back and watch the whole show. All right. So until then, stay safe and blessed. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.